Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Heck Knows. I'm your host Heck and I Know, and today we're here to have a conversation about something I think we can all agree is pretty important. Farts. So what I want to focus on today in this video is terminology. Alright, so what are the best and worst types of farts, and what are the names and words we use to describe them? In this video, I'll be ranking my best and worst types of farts, but more importantly, I want to hear what you call specific types of farts. Do you have a special name for a really loud one? Do you have a super secret code word that you use with your friends for a super stinky one? I want to get to know your farts. And in a follow-up video, in the next fart episode, I'll be doing a ranking of the best comments and replies I get to this video. So please, let me know about your farts. I want to hear about them. I'll do my best to be really descriptive in this video. I don't want to be sitting here just making fart noises at you, okay? That's not what we're here for today. What I'm hoping for is after 2 episodes, we can have a definitive list of the best and worst fart terms, sort of like a master glossary that we can all refer to, and something that we can all be really, really proud of together. That's the goal. Quickly, before we get to the rankings, let's talk our criteria. Okay, so my list is based off of 3 simple things. Number 1, butt feel. What effect does the fart have on the body and the buns? Number 2 is funniness. Is the fart funny or is the fart offensive? And number 3, smell. How does the stink factor in? Very important questions to ask. Alright, so let's get into it. We're going to be starting with our worst fart and then working our way up to the best one. My worst fart is one that I think everyone knows really well. I think it's a universally accepted term, so there shouldn't be any controversy here. Coming in at number 10, we have the shart. The shart starts off our list at number 10 because it's barely a fart, right? Anything more than a shart is a solid, and that is not what we're here to talk about today. Smelly, messy, potentially disastrous, and embarrassing. If this happens to you, you're in a panic, big time. But it can be a funny memory to look back on. Everyone's got a story to tell about a shart, right? Maybe it was your friend, maybe it was your grandpa Jack, maybe it was just you trusting a fart a little too much and getting your first whiff of betrayal. The fart, the shart, comes in at number 10. Coming in hot at number 9, we have the hot and sour special. The most foul and rotten smelling of all the farts. I call this one the hot and sour special because it is actually hot and thick upon exit. And as we all know, heat rises, so this one hits the nostrils almost immediately. And look, I'm no sprocket scientist, so I can't tell you exactly why this fart smells so dang sour, but it probably has something to do with something going horribly wrong in your gut, and this fart is here to advertise that to everyone around. This one has a tendency to linger way longer than it is welcome, and it is characterized by the slight sting as it leaves the body. Someone's almost guaranteed to ask you if you need to go check your underpants after smelling one of these ones. I've also heard this one called the bum burner or the stink ray. I'm sure there's some other really good names out there, so let me know in the comments if you have any other good names for the hot and sour special. Moving on to number 8, this one is called the clearance sale, and everything must go. Here's the situation for you. You just ate a massive beefy burrito, extra beans and all the fixins, and it's sitting there like a brick in your stomach. You can feel things shifting and bubbling around in your gut. It doesn't feel good, let me tell you, and something's coming. Suddenly, your body gives you a signal. It's time for liftoff. The length and volume are shocking. The smell, vile. Your friends and family look at you in terror as you sit there, smiling. The guilt being outweighed by the sheer relief you feel. Your gut now feels 10 times lighter. Also referred to as the beefy blaster. Up next at number 7, Putt. The quickest and the most conventional of all the farts. This one kind of just happens, right? There's no need to apologize, and there's certainly no need to boast. This fart is generally odorless and rather humorless, and it kind of reminds us of one's own humanity. We're all in this together. No one's perfect. Sitting at number 6, we have the quacker, or the duck fart. This one is similar to the last one, the butt putt, in that it is short and sweet, but it is funnier and therefore better because of the sound it makes. Many studies have been done as to why this particular fart sounds like a duck's quack. Possible factors include angle of the hole upon release, bun size and thickness, or an overconsumption of torn up bread. At the midway point now, coming in number 5, we have an underrated toot here in my opinion. It's called the Subwoofer. And this is the toot you have when you're sitting on the toilet and it gets amplified by the toilet bowl. I mean, it's great comedy when you hear one through a closed door, but most of the time it's just for yourself, like a little joke you play for yourself. It's a shame it rarely gets heard by others, right? And that's why it doesn't rank higher on this list. At number 4, we have a fart that goes by a few different names. In my book, I refer to it as the Rattler, the Flapper, or the Ripper. A fart so big, so strong, and so obnoxiously loud that you can't really help but laugh at it. I mean, this one's not quite as stinky or as powerful as the clearance sale, but it does pack a punch. The sheer force alone often causes a quick quaking of the cheeks, and reminds everyone not to take life so seriously, you know? Getting into our top 3 now, coming in at number 3, we have the Squeaker. This is the biggest bang for your buck here. I mean, it's relatively quick and simple, but there's just something about that high-pitched squeal coming out of somebody that's just certified funny every time. I've also heard this one referred to as the butt trumpet by people, which is also a great name. Sitting at number 2, my runner-up is the SBD. Let's give a warm round of applause to the Silent But Deadly. And this is just a fart with so much potential. I mean, will it become a fun game of guess who? Do you claim it as your own, or do you pass it off the blame to somebody else? Let them take the fault for it. Do you let one go in a crowded elevator and just watch the chaos ensue? Or do you play a fun game with your friend where you ask them, hey, do you smell that? And they go, smell what? But then they turn around and you're already looking at them like this, and then the realization hits them that it's already too late. Great stuff. I mean, this is a pure comedy fart. The only reason why it's not ranked number 1 is because it does truly smell awful. And finally, at number 1 of my favorite type of fart, I have something I call the sigh or the big woof. And let me tell you, I'm not really pleased with either of those terms, okay? I'm not thrilled. I feel like they don't do it justice, okay? So please help me out on this one. I really need a better name for this. Listen to my description of it, and please let me know in the comments if you have a better name for this type of fart, okay? So basically, this fart is like a whooshing of air through the body, exiting the body. You feel amazing afterwards, and it's really rare. I feel like you maybe get only 1 or 2 of these a year if you're lucky. It kind of sounds like the slow release of air from an air mattress or something, and it's virtually stink-free. I mean, this is a clean fart we're talking about here. I don't understand it. This is my number 1 because I feel like you can go from feeling totally fine, like perfectly fine, and then you have one of these farts and you just feel infinitely better, like new and improved. I don't understand it. It's mysterious. It's elusive. I mean, just help me come up with a better name for it, please. I'm calling it the sigh right now, but I feel like we can do so much better. But that's my number 1 choice. There it is. So there you have it. Those are my fart names and rankings. I hope you enjoyed it, but now I leave it to you. Please let me know in the comments if you have any of the following to add, right? A different name for any of the types of farts I mentioned, in addition to any of my descriptions or definitions, but especially if you have a completely different fart altogether that I haven't mentioned on my list, please post it in the comments, give me a small description, let me know about it, right? I want to hear about it. If you can't think of anything to add, that's totally cool. Maybe just go through the comments and leave a like or a thumbs up to one of the comments you find funny. I'll definitely go through those as well. Maybe ask your friends and family what their favorite types of farts are. And then join me for part 2 where I'll select and go through my favorite fart comments from this video. But until then, take care and keep blasting. My list is based off of 3 simple things. Number 1, butt feel. What effect does the fart have on the butt? The sheer force alone is impressive, often causing a quick, rapid. The most foul and rotten smelling of all the farts here. I call this one the hot and sour special because it is hot and thick coming out.